So that means like a forward box. So we're going to be setting up.
Don't need to.
Face down, so you want to make sure you put your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees.
We're on carpet.
But with a nice, simple one, nice and relaxing one. You're just going to do some cat stretches. So with this movement, you want to make sure that you tuck in from the chin first and go through the top of your vertebrae and work down your spinal column, going one vertebrae at a time, and get as much flexion into the back as you can, which just hold it at the top. So just hold it a bit longer, keep holding. Really try and round your back as much as you can, tuck your chin in as much as possible when you're looking towards the feet. And as we go back into extension, we're going to go head first. And again, work our way down the vertebrae until we go back into our starting position. That's what we do that a little bit. We'll do that again, twice more. So just go at your own timing now if you want to. But keep it controlled, keep thinking about moving in sequence. It's easier said than done. It takes quite a bit of thinking to be able to not just lock out your back without missing out a section of your spinal column. And one more. Chin tucked in, try and keep it in sequence, go slow, keep practicing. Try and feel like you're lifting your shoulder blades up towards the roof. Should be a little bit higher now than you were before. That's good. And come all the way through. And just hold that position there. Okay, now we're going to really isolate your lumbar spine. So that last one's more for like your thoracic, 12 vertebrae there in the top, obviously your cervical. So now I want you to just tilt from the bottom of the ribs. Okay, and go into flexion and then extend back into that extension position. Okay, so we're going to try and keep the shoulders quite still. And that's it, we're just flexing from the lower back, so bottom rib, top rib. Again, tucking under and going back. A Pilates teacher once told me this is called a Jersey cow. What was that? Quite a good name. So head round.
Yeah.
And push back. So just one more. Takes a lot of control to do that without moving the shoulders. So again, it's one of those quite sort of psychological thinking exercises. And then just pause in your box position there and just roll the hips across your body. You want to try and keep the knees on the floor if you can. Control down to the ground. Try and keep the arms straight, keep the body quite square. And just keep working across the midline. Try and get stretching to the outside of your hips as you can. Hold for a second and get to the outside. Back across the midline. We're going to do one more on each side. So keep going, keep stretching. Underneath the ribs as well, pushing your hips to the ground. Good. Then I want you to come back to the middle. Okay, we're just going to practice a couple of movements we're going to be doing quite a lot of today. We're going to go into a child's pose. So just have a small gap between your feet, so your legs are at hip width. And just sit on your heels. Ideally, when you sat on your heels with your head on the floor, you want to lengthen your arms as much as possible. So you spread the fingers out as well. And just hold that position up. Really lengthen your arms as much as you can. Good. Okay, and then we're just going to come through. We're scraping the chest along the floor. Come into a cobra. So we'll be looking up slightly as well. In an ideal world, you're going to have both arms fully extended and the hips will be pushing down into the ground. So that's what we're aiming for. Can't quite do that, you're going to have a small bend in your arms. Which you probably feel a little bit more in your tricep muscles. Good. And then we're going to go back. We're going to do this 2 more times. So just hold as much as you can, sit on the heels, push the ankle into the ground. Really stretch through the top of the arms, through the fingers. And come through. Again, stay low. And hold. Should be hopefully getting a little bit more extension in your back now. So you want to try and feel like you're squeezing between your shoulder blades, pushing your chest up. And then the last one, we're going to do some strength exercises after this, as you'll see. Sit back into the heels. Try and stay squared, don't try not to tilt too much to one side. And then come through for the final time. Keeping the shoulders back, pushing. That's good. Okay, so from here, we're going to go back into your box position. So whether that means you've got your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. We're going to keep the knees at hip width. What I want you to do is I want you to just reach out to your side with your right arm. Okay, keep the arm at shoulder level. I want you to take your left leg back behind your body. Okay, and then we're just going to reach out, okay, with the left leg. Bring the right arm across the body. And then we're going to be going over the midline and just opening up the chest and the shoulders and trying to contract your glutes as we move. Okay, let's start that. So as we reach over, we should be feeling a little bit of a stretch just all through the outer sort of fascia of the ribs, the connective tissues, the obliques a little bit. We're strengthening the glutes as well, so just feel like you're really opening up and using your arms for stability. A couple more to go.
Ouch.
Stretch. Keep going. 3, 1, and stop. Now just go back into your box position and then go from straight arms down to bent arms. So you're going to be holding with your hips above the shoulders. We're doing that on purpose. Okay. And then I want you to just take your left leg back. Hold at the height where you can feel your glutes. So just make sure your foot is flexed. Good. I want you to hold your right arm out again. And every time we lift the leg up, we're going to be lifting the arm up. Okay. So we're going to be just doing a little bit of a shoulder raise, squeezing the glute on the left, and lifting up on the right hand side. Okay. Take it away, the other side. Squeezing every time we lift on both. So you're contracting the muscle on top of the glute and contracting at the top of the shoulders. Trying to bend the hips. Keep holding. It's good. Make sure you're keeping that little pinch between your shoulder blades as well, so pushing your chest forward. It's good. Like I said, small pulse, very small movement. I'll keep that going. Good. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Okay, so we're going to go straight arms, back into box position. Okay, you probably guessed, we're now going to go opposite arm out. So that's the left. I'm going to take the right leg out, foot flexed, and we're just going to be working across the midline again and squeezing the glute. So keep going, the other side. Try and keep that leg nice and high. Play it better, so we want to try and keep it focused. Glute max, which is like the main part of the hip. Keep going. Got to concentrate on this one. Good, doing well. Strong in your arms. Good. Got 10 seconds to go. On 3, 2, 1, and then go from straight arms to bent arms. Good warm up this. And then we're going to go right leg out, hold at the height you can feel your glutes. Good. And then left arm forward. And then we're going to be again reaching up on both. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Lift up and squeeze the glutes down the shoulder. Very important that we have core stability. Best way to be able to hold our posture. And well. That's good. If you can. You squeeze at the top. 3, 2, 1. And stop. Back into your box position. Good. I want you to go onto the balls of your feet now. And then we're going to lift the knees off the ground. This one's a shorter set, so this is going to be 30 seconds. And then from that position there, we're going to be pushing the knees out, push the knees in. Push the knees out, bring the knees in. Okay? So 3, 2, 1. I'll take it away if you haven't started already. Push the knees out, bring the knees in. So try and keep the toes in contact with the floor the whole time, so they're not going to move too much. We'll get to the point where we can feel it just on the outside of the hips and a little bit across the quads, obviously. Good. Almost breathe out as you push out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and just relax and drop your knees. Okay, so this next one's called a frog stretch. Done it before. So you're going to go from your hip width position to shoulder width. So take your legs nice and wide. Then I want you to just point your toes up and push the inside of your heels down to the floor. Okay, and then from there, I want you to just gently try and sit back towards your heels. Okay, so just nice and gently.
Oh, it doesn't happen.
And then when you feel comfortable, go down to the arms. So hold that sort of plank position. Again. Good. And then when you feel comfortable there, we're going to go straight arms and go into a child's pose, where we're trying to rest the head on the ground and lengthen both arms. Just keep sitting back. Good. Try and again extend the arms as much as you can. You can think about what you're doing at the forearms and fingers. Hold down. Keep sitting back. Good. And I want you to just gently push forward. Okay, just take the tension out of that stretch. Back into a box position. Then bring the knees back into that hip width, so from shoulder width. And then just sit back onto your heels. Go behind the body, the hands. So palms are facing forward, fingers are facing back, and the chest and the head, the eye line are looking up. So feel like we're really opening up the chest and the shoulders. You feel a stretch coming through your biceps and your forearms as well. It's good. Keep holding that position there. It's good. And then I want you to just take your right arm. You almost feel like you're reaching back behind your head. Take that as far as you can. Roll out with the left hand side. Keep holding. Keep up. Make sure we're not arching the back too much. So if you need to just push the hips up a little bit and do so. Good. And then drop that arm down. Okay, and then just walk forward, back into your box position, and then walk out, back into your frog position. Remember, heels, inside the heels down, toes on the floor, and then push back a little bit. Go down on a straight away, the bent arm position. And then from there, straight arms again. Get as low as you can. The only difference now is I want you to just reach across towards your right hand shoulder. So reach over to the right side. And just hold that position there. So just try and isolate a little bit now on the left. So we're really stretching out from there. You'll feel it a little bit on the right side as well. And just naturally keep sitting back into your heels. Try and get as much movement as you can. And just keep trying to progress that stretch. Hold in. Keep going. Nice. And then just walk the hands back to the middle of your body. And then bring the hands back. Go into your box position. Bring the knees together again. Sit back on your heels once more. Take both arms behind your back. Push the chest up, look up, and just start the stretch again. So just keep opening up the shoulders. That's good. Keep the shoulder blades back and down. And then when you're ready, lift the opposite arm off. So this time it's my left. Just lengthen out to the top of your back, alongside the right arm. You're lengthening through the quadriceps as well. They feel a bit tight, but they're not. You probably won't notice it too much. Good. Keep holding. It's good for your strength in your arms as well. Elbow tendons and wrists. And then drop the arm down. And for the final time, go back into your box, back into your frog position. Hopefully this is now getting a little bit easier. So when you're ready, go into your forearms. And then when you're feeling comfortable, go straight arms. And then just reach over to your left hand side. Hold it. As much as you're thinking about the upper body, try to think about the lower body as well. Thinking about sitting back, lengthening your arms. Try to stretch inside the knees. And 3, 2, 1. And then walk back to the middle. Back into box position. And then take your arms back into a previous stretch. It's good. Okay, so this one's a little bit more advanced, so give it a go if you can. We're going to just take a little breath in and then lift the hips and push up towards the roof, okay? So just try and hold that position there. Keep going, keep going. Yeah. Should feel a bit of a contraction in your quads as well, so good for your strength. Squeeze your glutes a little bit, take pressure off your back. And 3, 2, 1. And just slowly go down. Well done. Okay, so back into your box position. I'm going to just step back. Just let your line on your front. Okay, so we're going to do a cobra stretch again. So what we just lift up. Remember what I said before. And try and get the hips on the ground with the arms straight. Good. Okay, so whilst you're holding that position, I want you to now just look over your right shoulder. I know I'm doing my left, but it's just so you can see. So look over your shoulder, almost push your hips and your chest that way a little bit as well. Hold in. Good. Just getting a little bit of a stretch down the side of your neck as well. Hold in. And then look forward. Drop down to the floor. Now it's just lift the right arm forward. Okay, so like this. And then just roll onto your right hip. Rest your head down on your arm. And then just reach back and grab the top of your ankle. And just push your hips forward. Lengthen your quadriceps. And just hold that position there. It should be nice and relaxed as we do this one. Feel like you're sort of pulling back a little bit whilst pushing forward with the hips. You're sort of pulling back through the knee, pushing forward through the hips. That's good. Okay, so we're going to keep stretching this side, but what we're going to do is we're going to roll onto our front. So I want you to now just bend your front arm, rest your head, just in your chin. Carry on stretching. Hopefully you've got your heel touching your hip, your glutes. Just keep holding, nice and tight grip. Good, just control your breathing. Good. Okay, and just let go of the leg. Position both arms back underneath the shoulders. Roll your shoulder blades back and down whilst you're on the floor. And then lift back up into the cobra position. Just hold in the middle. Ready. And just look over that opposite shoulder. Hold. Just feel like bringing the hips and shoulders around a little bit as well. Keep on that position. Keep going. Push your abdominals towards the floor. And then look to the middle. Go down. And then just straighten your left arm. Roll onto your left hip. Grab. Just across the foot. And stretch again. Like I said, feel like you're pushing your hips forward, bringing your knee back and lengthening that quad. That's it, keep holding. Well. And keep your balance, squeeze from your shoulder blade. Good. And then lie on your front, rest your head, just on your wrist. One. Just hold. Good. Okay, so as you guys know, it's always a mix of quite advanced and beginner type moves. So this one's a little bit tricky. I want you to now reach back, try and grab both ankles, roll your shoulders back and down, and then when you're ready, let's try and lift off the ground. Hold that position there. So it's actually more of a stretch for your upper body than it is your lower. See if you can hold. Nice tight grip. Slightly down. You will get a stretch into your quads as well, of course, but
Really, I can do that one easy.
3, 2, 1. Just relax. Release both your feet. Good. And I want you to just lift back up into the box position. Now we're going to just transition into a downward dog. So you're going to do that from the balls of your feet. And I want you to just lift up your hips now and just push your heels into the ground as much as you can. Just try and rest your head between your arms. Hold. That's good. Try and lengthen through your calves, your hamstrings, your lower back. Okay, so a little bit of a strength exercise. So if you can't do this full version, you can drop your knees in between. But we're going to be trying to just transition through to a cobra and then almost do like a push-up. Come back into your downward dog. Okay, so you come through, use your shoulders and your arms, downward dog. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. You can't do that full version. You can always do it from your knees, going both ways. Okay, there. So you've got plan A and plan B. Okay. Try and keep the legs straight. Keep going.
No. Thanks. We lost Wi-Fi.
Keep going. Nice. Okay, we're almost there. Use your strength. And just now hold at the top. Just in case everyone listen. Good. Nice. Just drop the hips down. Go to that straight arm plank. Good. Okay, so I want you to go left leg out at your side. Good. Left arm up. Open the chest. Just keep holding. And then I want you to just bring the arm behind your body and take your legs round. I'm actually going to bend the knees this week. So you're going to reverse. So ideally, palms facing forward. Hips up. Hold in. Okay, I want you to straighten your right leg. Good. Then I want you to just roll your weight over towards that right side. And then just spin around. Alright, and then in your downward dog position now, I want you to just walk your feet out to shoulder width. Okay, so go a bit wider. Same exercise again. Hopefully you've got a little bit more stability now. So maybe you can do this on or off your knees. So coming through those push-up type movements. So 3, 2, 1, go. And lifting through. Keep going. Remember, you can drop your knees if you need to. Always come up hip first. You're looking through. Stretch a little bit at the end. Stretch. Almost there. Three, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Enjoy the stretch. Good. And then just go forward into that straight arm plank position. This time, just put your right leg out on your side. Just transition onto your left side. Lift that left arm. And step round. Come up into your reverse box if you can. Just keep holding. Squeeze through your shoulder blades. Keep looking up. Shorter one this. Only 30 seconds. Almost there. And we're going to drop to the floor in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I want you to lie on your back. And I want you to cross your right leg over your left and lift your left foot off the floor. And then take both arms around the outside of your right knee. Okay. So. So try and squeeze the leg as much as you can so you really get a nice stretch with the outside of the glutes. And just slowly release the tension. I want you to take your right hand through the middle of your body and your left hand around the outside and reach both hands onto the shin. Okay, so below your knee and then pull back in that position there. Okay, so go onto your lower leg and try and keep the shoulders down on the ground. And keep lift your knee on your left side back towards your chest. Okay, so get a nice stretch into the right side. Keep holding. Nice. And then I want you to just release your hands. And also release your legs. So we're just going to position the feet at shoulder width. Drop both legs towards your right shoulder. Try and hold both sides at a 90-degree angle. Okay, so just here's a little bit. You want to open up your chest on the left, and on your right side, use your arm to just push down inside the knee. So we're trying to get both knees to touch the floor. Okay, that's the ideal. Make sure you maintain that distance between the legs. Good. And just come back to the middle. Now I want to cross the left foot over the right and go around the corner again and just grab the knee. Just pull in towards your chest. Nice strong grip. Keep feeling like you're lifting your right side back towards you as well. Just release your grip. The left hand through the middle, the right hand around the outside. Try and grab the shin. Just pull back towards you. Ooh. There's a good stretch this one. Let's just release the hands first, legs second. We'll go back into that shoulder width position and take the legs over to your left hand side. Just push down the knee. Okay. And then just come back to the middle, keep your feet nice and wide. And I want you to just lift both legs up. Take both arms to the inside of your knees. Let's just push your knees down towards the floor. Keep your feet nice and wide as well. And just relax into the stretch. Push down as much as you can. Keep going. Okay. Keep pushing down. Okay, and just bring your knees together. Give your legs a big hug. Really cling them in nice and tight to your chest. Just hold that position there. And then I want you to just keep your legs as they are. Take your arms down to the floor. Okay, so your legs aren't supported. And we're going to reach back behind the head and try and get your knees to the ground. Get the shoulders round. Try and keep your arms flat. And get your knees to the floor. Lifting up the hips towards the roof. Rock back as much as you can. Try and get your chin to your chest. Okay, and just take your right leg forward, and then your left leg, and just let yourself just drop down so that your legs are straight. It's good. Nice. Just now tuck your left foot just in behind your right knee, and just roll over towards your right shoulder. Push your knee to the floor, open up the chest, and hold that position there. Good. So try and get the knee on the ground. Try and keep your shoulders flat. Good. Try and keep your palm open. Good. Keep going. And then come back to the middle with the legs. Grab both knees again. Give them another big hug. Hold them into your chest. Good. And then just let go of your legs, but leave the knees in the same position. And then we're just going to reach back behind the head. But this time, if you can, try and straighten out both legs. So again,
Yeah, that on the floor.
chin tucked in, extend both knees. Go onto the balls of the feet. Push the hips up towards the roof. Lifting the hips and the body. Keep breathing your way through it. Keep going. Okay, and then just bend your left leg, bend your right leg, and just roll forward. It's good. And then this time, tuck your right foot in behind your left. Go over towards that left shoulder. Just open up the chest. You just hold that position there. Good. Get the shoulders pinned. And just release your leg. Roll back to the middle. Good. Let's take both arms behind your back. Put it in a nice big full body stretch. So you can even like point your toes away from you, just lengthen your arms with your fingers. Okay, so this one's a little bit of an exercise, a little bit of a stretch. So we're just going to be lifting one leg up. I want you to just hold behind your hamstring. So just hold behind your leg. Bring the chest obviously as close to your lower body as you can, and just alternate sides, okay? So just hold the stretch for a couple of seconds and keep alternating. All right, so 3, 2, 1, let's go. And get as close to your body as you can. Feel like you're lifting up through your core. You can time your breathing so you breathe out at the top. Good. So try and contract, pull your abdominals a little bit at the top. Make sure the knee stays fully extended. Make sure the toes stay pointing up. In other words, down towards you. Keep going. And then last one. So I want to tuck your left arm into your body as tight as you can. Really tuck in. I want you to just roll over onto your front. And then from here, we're just going to go back into a downward dog. So you can go knees first if you want, or do it straight up. Just hold this position. One difference from earlier is I want you to just place your left foot over your right heel and just drive that right leg into the ground. Good. Stretch. Ideally, you've got your foot touching the floor. Okay. And then just release the foot. Push both down. Otherwise, just drop the hips down. Step through into a squat. Just try and hold. Hands together. Just push the knees apart. It's good. It's only a short one, this. Excellent. And then just trust your strength. Take the hands down. Lower yourself to the floor. And then this time we're going to do those sit-ups, but we're going behind the calf. Okay, so we're reaching up behind the lower leg. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, let's go. Feel free to give your knee a kiss if you want at the top. Keep going all the way up. Remember, you can time it. So breathing out at the top. And well. And just relax. Okay, just tuck your right arm in. Okay, nice and tight. And just roll over onto your front. We're going to go into that downward dog position again. So go straight to the floor. From knee up to you. And then just cross your right foot over your left now. Push it down into the floor. Just try and get your head resting between your arms. Lengthen both sides. Stretch through your calf, your hamstring, your lower back. Try and keep a little arch in the lower back as well. Straighten both legs. That's good. Step through into your squat. Slowly. Sit low. Hands together. Good. Push the chest up. Keep the shoulder blades back and down. That's good. Keep holding. Drive the knees out with the elbows. That's good. Take the arms back. And just slowly work your way down to the floor. When you're down on the floor, I want you to just cross your legs. Again, it doesn't really matter how you do it, so just bend over at school. And then arms behind your back. And I want you to just sit up with the legs crossed. And just lift your right leg over your left and just sort of tuck the left ankle in. I want you to put your right arm out, fingers facing forward like this, and just pull back, stretch just through the palm of the hand. So try and keep the arm at shoulder height. Push it forward. Now turn the hand over and go palm. Flex through the wrist, stretch your forearms. Hold in. Yes. Want you to cross your legs the other way. Left is now going to the right. Then left arm out. Pull back your fingers. So just open the palm. Try and keep your arms shoulder height. And fingers down. Go across the palm again with the right hand. Just keep holding. Control your breathing. Okay. Then, if you fancy giving it a go, you're going to try and do a cross. So, you can't do that, just stay as a single cross. Either way, I want you to just reach up and look up. Just open up the chest and the arms. Tilt your head back towards the back of your spine. Hold that position. Good. And bring your head forward, arms down. And then if you can, try and cross the other way. Again, if you can't, just single cross. And then reach up again. Keep looking up. I want you to bring the hands to the middle. Keep looking at them. Good. And then from there, just drop the hands and your head to the middle of your body. Namaste. And that is us. Well done, everyone. Very different this week. Hope you enjoyed it.